welcome. This is kc.cummings, Coldwell Banker Realty. We're here, another edition of First Time Homebuyers Club New England Q&A series. Special guest today is LaQuisa Burke of MHP, that's Massachusetts Housing Partnership, and she's going to give us more information to help homebuyers get those keys. There's exclusive loan products and services that they provide. Hello, welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me, Casey. I'm super excited to be here today. I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know to at least get people started with the one mortgage. Once people take their first time homebuyers class, then they will definitely get a more detailed version of our actual program. But right now, I'm just going to hit on like the main points of what people need to kind of be aware of in order for them to actually qualify for the program. And, here to answer some questions for you.
All right. Well, I got a quick list. You're right. And if you want to contact LaQuisa, we're going to have her contact info. Definitely, there's a lot to the home buying process. Number one, can you describe your role in MHP? Just to be clear, you're not a loan originator. What is the role that you have with the company?
I'm not a loan originator, but in my previous role while I was here, I did review loans. So, I would go into the system, I would approve the loans, I would ask the loan officers questions if I had any issue with the actual paperwork or anything like that needs to be verified. So I did a lot on that end, but currently in my role, I'm the community engagement officer here at MHP. So it's my job to go around, answer as many questions as I can. I attend a lot of first-time homebuyers classes, so people may see me in another class at some point in time, especially if you're going to get the extended version. So I bounce around a lot. A lot of the classes are on Zoom at the moment. So, I get to as many places as I can. But currently, that is my role, is to just kind of go around and educate and be a supporter for people that want to get into homeownership. It's definitely something that I believe in. I believe that it creates that generational wealth that we are all looking for. A lot of people that buy with our program are first-time home buyers, and they may even be the first person in their family to actually own a home. So we're super excited to be able to offer the one mortgage program out to borrowers who really need it.
Awesome. Yes, I am a big fan of those first generation buyers, just making such a shift in the generational wealth. What are some of the requirements for the one and the one plus home loan?
So our requirements are nothing different really from a regular conventional loan. However, we do require that people take the first-time homebuyers class. They have to have the first-time homebuyer certificate. And if they're buying like a 2 or 3 family, then they would have to have the landlord certificate as well. So education is going to be key, and that's going to be like the first requirement in order for them to actually qualify for our program. And also to qualify, you must meet our credit score, requirements as well, which is very low compared to a lot of other programs that may be out there. In order for somebody to buy, a condo or a single family, it's only a 640 credit score. And if they want to buy a 2 or 3 family, it's only a 660 credit score. And, prior to these scores that we're currently offering, we used to have like a 660 and a 680 credit score, but we realized that sometimes people are not able to make that 660, even just to get into a single family. So we were able to work with our lenders, adjust the credit score minimum down to the 640 and the 660 to be able to help more people get into home ownership.
That's awesome. Yeah, and the one loan series is considered a conventional loan as well. So that's great. Buying a home is a competition, and the type of loan does affect sometimes. So that's just another additional perk for this one home loan series. Number 3, how is the one home loan differ from the one plus?
Right. So that's a good question. Definitely. So the one mortgage is basically our umbrella program, right? And then everything else that we offer is in addition to. So the One Plus Boston is basically an extension of the One Mortgage. So it's going to run with the same programming guidelines, income requirements, credit score requirements. All of that will be the same. It's just that the One Plus Boston is specific to Boston purchases only. So it's made for people that live in Boston currently. They're trying to purchase in Boston. If they work in Boston, but they might live outside of Boston, they're trying to, purchase in the city, and their job is actually located in Boston, they'll allow them to use the program and actually purchase a home within the Boston area. So, but the regular One Mortgage program you can use anywhere throughout the state from border to border. We actually do not go into New Hampshire, Rhode Island, or anything like that. I know it's a little bit cheaper for people to move to those particular areas, but unfortunately we don't operate outside of Massachusetts. So basically the big difference is that, the One Mortgage you can use anywhere in the state. The One Plus Boston is going to be for Boston purchases only. And also there's one more difference I almost forgot, is the interest rate discount. So that's part of our program, is that anybody that signs up with our program will also get an interest rate discount, and there's no private mortgage insurance attached to our program account. So let's say that today was a 6%, the One Mortgage will come in around a 5.75 or so, something like that. Some lenders may be going below what we would actually require, but that's why we recommend people speak to at least 3 different lenders before deciding on actually who they're going to use. You got to vet your process. You don't just take the first thing that somebody offers you, right? So that's another big benefit of our program. And then also there's no private mortgage insurance. And the private mortgage insurance, if nobody knows what that is, basically is there as a protection for the lender in case you default on your loan. So when you go to a bank, you may only have 10% of the purchase price. And whenever you're putting down less than 20% of the purchase price, they will usually tack on that PMI or that private mortgage insurance because they consider you to be a riskier borrower. But with the One Mortgage program, you're only putting down that 3.5%, which we didn't talk about as well. But yeah, with that program, you only need 3.5% in order to qualify for our program. Well, not 3.5, sorry, 3%. Where 1.5% of that has to be your own funds, and the other 1.5 could come from down payment assistance or some sort if the town is actually offering that. So again, it's only a 3% down, and you're still not paying private mortgage insurance, and you're still going to get that interest rate discount. Now, when we're talking about the One Plus Boston, they will get a higher interest rate discount. So you could still get a rate that's in the 4 or the 5% when you're looking at the One Mortgage program, and that's all relative to how the interest rates are based nationally. That's that benefit.
Awesome. So we got tons of information for our viewers. Just in layman's terms, we're coming from the source, and you can tell she knows their stuff, plenty of experience. But you can, with this interest rate discount, you're going to save hundreds of dollars on your mortgage payment, which is really, really one of the more important things. But also, you're able to, you can get down payment assistance, which brings us to the next question we have. Mass Dreams Grant, is that still available through MHP?
Yeah, so currently MHP, the Mass Dreams, is again another extension of our One Mortgage program, which you can use in addition to. You can also use town-specific down payment assistance. So if the town that you're buying in is offering down payment, you can also use that in addition. But with the Mass Dreams program, what it is a down payment and closing cost assistance. It's offering up to about $50,000 in down payment or closing costs, depending on which way it gets used. Which is usually about a max of 5% of the purchase price. So everybody has not been getting $50,000, but they've been getting a good amount, maybe closer to the 20K range, 25K range. And that's with a single family right now. But that can take care of that person's other 1.5%, right? So if they're buying that condo, single or a 2-family, it's that 3%, where 1.5% of that could be their own funds. The other 1.5 has to come from a down payment assistance like Mass Dream. So let's just say like somebody's doing, a house for $300,000. It's like a $9,000 down payment. $4,500 will come from the borrower. The other $4,500 can come from Mass Dream plus whatever else they may be offering that you could use for in addition for closing costs. So people have really been able to buy with our program. It's made for people that are maybe like a lower to moderate income. That's why, we tell people if they don't meet our income requirements, which they need to be under our income limits, 100% area and median income. If they max out of that, then we just recommend they use mass housing, you know what I mean? Which they work with similar products, but their products are, different than ours, So we recommend that if somebody's just over that income limit. But if you're under that 100% area median income, which is going to be, change from town to town as well. So we want to keep that in mind. Based upon the community, how many people you have in your household, that is going to change from town to town. So you want to make sure that you're under that income limit for that particular town.
Wow. So there's options available for everyone. And this is just such if you haven't heard of this One Mortgage series, it's such a powerful tool. Just to be clear again, the One Mortgage is able to use all throughout Massachusetts, and the One Plus are for home buyers looking to purchase in Boston. That's correct?
Yep. So again, if they want to purchase in Boston, the One Plus Boston program is probably going to be the best program for them. It's going to offer them the most assistance because we work with the city and we work with Mass Housing to create that Mass Dreams program to be able to offer people more assistance within the city and throughout the state. And also, just to be specific about the Mass Dreams program, there are 29 communities that have been identified, and they must live in one of those 29 communities in order to access the money. And then they must qualify for the One Mortgage or the One Plus Boston in order to access Mass Dreams. They can't just go to any lender and say, hey, I want Mass Dreams, because they won't have access to it. So they have to qualify for One Mortgage. They have to be living in one of the 29 communities that have been identified, and then they can use the Mass Dreams money to purchase anywhere in the state. So.
Awesome. Okay, there we go. More details. Well, this grant, it's been such a hot topic. Will we see more grants like this in the future? Is this a one-off? I mean, it seems like there's becoming a shift all throughout the country for down payment assistance.
Yeah, so I know we would like to have the Mass Dreams program continue. We can't guarantee that it will. We were given a pot of money and split between Mass Housing and MHP to be able to administer to first-time home buyers. We would like to do more in the future, but we're not exactly sure if we're going to get more funding. So once all of the funding has run out, then the program will be over. And that's usually how down payment assistance works anyway. It's not like a consistent thing that usually stays around. That's why when you go to a town, they may have it, and then you go to another town, you might call this week and they may have the money, and then you call next week and they're like, we're out of funding. You know what I mean? Because it comes and goes so quickly. But we would hope to be able to continue it in the future. But honestly, right now, this is probably like going to be a one and done, unless more funding opportunities come into the fold.
Awesome. Well, the One Mortgage is here to stay, and the One Plus, is that as well?
Yep, the One and the One Plus Boston is here to stay. So people will always have access to those. They will always have access to that interest rate discount, not having any private mortgage insurance. And then for certain borrowers that fall below a certain income, we also offer financial assistance. We offer extra funding basically. And there's more detail to that, but that helps to increase their purchasing power, which definitely helps.
Wow. LaQuisa, I appreciate it. I could keep talking to you for hours and hours. It's awesome. I love talking shop. But as you can tell, she's very integral in helping a lot of home buyers get into home ownership. Please connect with LaQuisa. We'll give her contact information. She does do first-time home buyer classes, or can help with that resource, which is a requirement for all of these products, correct?
Right. So a lot of the first time homebuyer products, not just ours, will require you to have that first time homebuyer certificate. And again, if they're buying a 2 or 3 family, they have to have the landlord certificate. So that's going to be an automatic requirement. So for people to probably sign up for their class as soon as possible, they may not get one like next month. You know what I mean? Because they're filling up. You know, it's about to be summertime, the spring season, and June is National Home Buying Month. So people are going to be really moving on this stuff. So that will be their first requirement, is to make sure that they get educated. So that way, when they're going to speak to the lenders, you know, they know exactly what they're asking. They can't just get shifted into another product if that's not what they're asking for. You know, so education is going to be key.
Most definitely. And that's what we're helping with. I appreciate your time. Another addition to help get those keys. If you want a flyer for the One Mortgage or any additional information, send a DM and we'll get you to the right people. Thanks again for your time.
Oh, thank you so much, Casey, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm here to support you and any other realtors that might need the assistance. And I'm definitely here for these first-time home buyers. So anybody can email me, call me, but email is probably going to be the most efficient.
You got it. Don't blow up the phone. Thanks for hanging with these technical issues, and we're out of here. Till next time.
Bye.